I assume that, like, Lament of Innocence, this game has an opening cutscene, so I'm going to let the title screen play for a sec to see if something happens. So, again, we're playing the Castlevania series in timeline order. We started with Lament of Innocence, which is the origin of Dracula and the vampire killer Rick. We then cut ahead to the 16th century, which is Trevor Belmont's Alucard and Cypher Belmont's. And this story, as I understand it from the back of the box, is about this guy Hector, who is like a demon forge master for Dracula. He may have been a boss or a character in Castlevania 3, at least implying that he dealt with Trevor Belmont. Cool. I'm looking forward to it. Chaos, vibration, camera control, subtitles. That all sounds great to me. Keep the same name. That's PS2. PS2 games have aged pretty well, I feel like. I think this is a really late PS2 game as well, right? Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like Devil May Cry Castlevania, God of War Castlevania. Maybe more spectacle-oriented than Metroidvania. Maybe someone can check the release date on this.
1476, Wallachia. A great war raged between Dracula and humanity. Just when it seemed that there was no hope for mankind to prevail, out of the darkness and despair, a champion arose. A true-blooded vampire hunter named Trevor Belmont. Belmont and his comrades triumphantly slew Lord Dracula. A truly glorious victory for all. However, the evil one did not pass
15th century, I misspoke.
Silence. With
Later
his final
games are
words,
Simon Belmont
Lord
is.
Dracula left a demonic curse that enshrouded all of Europe in misery and torment. Ravaged by hideous plague and dire famine, the people's hearts turned black and murderous. The weak were slain without pity, while the land was pillaged and scourged without remorse. 3 years have passed since the death of Lord Dracula, and the invocation of Dracula's curse.
Which was the subtitle of Castlevania 3. So there wasn't really a lot of story in Castlevania 3, other than, hey, Trevor Belmont's going to fight Dracula again. Like, what do they mean by Dracula's curse? What does he do? The sound shouldn't be any different, because it should be exactly the same as Persona, but maybe this game is quieter than Persona, so we'll see when we get to a loud segment.
I know you're here!
If anyone else has problems hearing the game, let me know, and I can try to tweak it a little bit.
Hector! Is that you? I finally tracked you down.
You tracked me down? I was the one who lured you here. Hector, the fool who betrayed our Lord Dracula.
That matters not. I've come to exact my revenge upon you. For the death of Rosalie!
Oh, and how will you have this revenge? When you are utterly at my mercy, you relinquished your powers. You couldn't even protect your own woman. And now you think to defeat me? Lord Dracula is gone, but his powers are still here in Wallachia. Even you must realize.
Devil forging.
Indeed.
Devil forging.
With this, the
Metal
most
Gear.
forbidden of arts. A wisp of conjured matter can be transformed into a hellish devil. There are but 2 humans.
Oh,
who
Demon Forge
possess
Master means like one who
this
makes a demon,
magnificent
not like
power.
a guy who's a demon who
You
forges shit. That makes
and
sense.
I.
Yes, to our lasting shame. But I shed that evil power. Never again will I use it.
Ah, but you will, Hector, and soon you have no choice. Without it, I could crush you in an instant. But that wouldn't be very satisfying, now would it? You deserve a most gruesome fate for the humiliation you brought upon me 3 years ago. Bereft of the power of Devil Forge.
If they ever do a remake of, well,
You cannot
whenever they
hope
do a
to
remake of
pursue
Castlevania
me.
3, because Konami is
That
defunct.
is
Rest in
why
peace.
you will
But if they did, it
reclaim
would be
your
cool if they
powers.
included Hector as a boss for Trevor to fight.
Follow where I lead you. But in the end, the glorious vengeance you seek will not be yours.
Alright, let me know if that helps, yeah.
It will be mine.
Dude's face.
Wait!
Man.
Isaac! Damn him. So be it. I must descend into darkness and reclaim that accursed power once more.
This is one of only a very few games in the
Heed my
Castlevania
words.
series, as I understand
I
it, where
will
you don't
hunt
play as a
down like the
Belmont.
beast you are!
And it's a really unusual character for you to play as, like, not previously established in the lore. Maybe it'll turn out that, because I haven't played it before, I don't know where they're going. But, okay, the playstyle is kind of similar to, the control style is kind of similar to Lament of Innocence, that makes sense. Sweet music. Actually, it's identical. I've got a Z-target spin the camera on my back button now, that's kind of nice. Had really mild camera control in Lament. Doors are very similar too, cool. Whoa! What's up, dog? Actually, a decent number of assets coming right out of He controls a lot more smoothly than Leon did. The last registered save point. It's Akihiko? Okay. Sounds right, I could do that. The cool considering throne seat. What a cool guy. Yeah, I'm impressed with it so far. It looks really good too. I am playing it on a PS3, so it's a little bit smooth, but not enough to make a huge difference. Let me see if I can change the camera. Hold on. Yeah, that makes more sense. Cool. Yeah, this is just approaching the end of the era where it was acceptable to have really bad voice acting, right? Towards the end of the PS2, I think, is when companies started to take that super seriously and be like, now we need to spend money on this. Which has problems, as we've talked about before. When you spend a ton of money on your voice talent, it's a budget you're not spending on something else in game design, and not every game needs to have voice acting. I don't know if I got far enough in 13 to meet Caius. Wait, I dismissed that because I was spamming the attack button. Something about the guard button. That'll show up somewhere in my menu. So far this game feels way smoother than Lament of Innocence. But it's probably just that you have a smaller weapon than the whip, so you get more attacks. Tips. Quickstep. Okay. Yeah, So that works the same way. Gotcha. Perhaps I could try some rolling. I played all the Final Fantasy games except for 13. I'm a diehard fan. I was really excited to play 13. I played the first 2 hours of it and got really depressed. I didn't like the way they were handling it. Hey, neat. Brought those back. Then I ended up loaning it to a friend and they never gave it back, so I didn't finish it. So when we do 13 on stream, it would be blind. Hey, everybody's favorite enemy in any video game. Dogs. Wild memory. Digital Devil Saga? Cool. Aw, hell no. What's up, dog? Level 5 Fenrir. There's no downward strike move yet. My favorite in these brawler type games. Later, dude. See ya. Happy dishes. Cool. Yeah, so far, mechanically, I like this game better than Lament of Innocence. It's clearly built on Lament of Innocence's systems, right? I think that's telling me where I need to go to progress. That would be kind of cool. Do I have a map in this one? I'll go where it tells me for now. Hopefully not to my peril. It's just a save room. I gotta get used to pressing circle to interact with stuff. It was square and Lament. So you're gonna see me like attack doors and save points for probably about an hour before I get used to the new style. Do you know anyone who, like, played and liked Lament of Innocence but didn't like Curse of Darkness? I guess I don't know where they're going to take it that might be different, but it's pretty much Lament of Innocence. And in Castle Map. Cool. I'll have to look at the reviews afterward too to see if people compared it to Lament. Oh, I actually get XP for killing stuff. Thank God. That was one of the things I was saying when we were playing Lament was that, man, there's not enough incentive to fight things. It seems correct to just skip all the monsters in every area. Right, Goomba? Yeah. That's going to happen to you if you play Bloodborne, because there's a dedicated heal button. So I ended up hitting the wrong button to heal constantly in Bloodborne. And then I got used to it in Bloodborne, and when I went to Dark Souls 3, I started hitting the Bloodborne heal button. I'm pretty stoked about the Nintendo Switch, man. That's what I was hoping for, and it looks cool. Like, the hardware is super, super slick. There's a lot of opportunity there. I do have some open questions that I hope we'll get answers to over the next few months. I would like to know what the battery life looks like. Very importantly, I'd like to know if it ever requires you to use both the handheld and the TV at the same time. Because that'll be an issue for me streaming. There's nothing in the trailer to suggest that you do, but I assume if they're going to try to like release some Wii U and DS games digitally, they're going to need to have a second screen. Go! And I want to know if there's any difference between having the console connected to the docking station in terms of system performance and having it handheld, or if the performance is the same. I assume it's better when it's docked, but I'm curious how much better it's going to be. Yeah, me too, Chaos. I'm really excited. Like, the answers to those questions don't necessarily... They're not like deal breakers for me. Sealed by an unknown power. Oh man, I gotta play the chest sound effect for that.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's what that sound effect is from. It's Chrono Trigger, sealed by an unknown power.
This unearthly power.
Controllers look like a good size, I think. They mirror like the NES controller, which was never very large.
How conscientious of him. He carved the instructions into stone along with the most difficult visualization. So, that's how badly he wants me to regain my powers. Very well. Heed my words, O great powers of darkness.
I kind of get the sense that the LNR Joy-Con controllers are you're only intended to use those if you have no other option. Like, ideally, you want to have a couple Pro controllers, right? But if you just want to show somebody the game, you immediately have a two-player game. Slow clap.
Well,
Oh, is this
devil forging,
no, I
isn't
don't
it?
think it's Shaft.
Never seen that.
Some
before.
weird bald
Quite
dude.
Impressive. It's enough to make your blood run cold.
Who are you?
Hey, Legend, how's it
My
going?
apologies, my lord. I should have offered an introduction.
These
I go by
patches.
Zead. I'm here for
Zead.
one purpose only: to purify this land of the pestilent curse which infects it.
I see.
You, on the other hand, are pursuing the other Devil Forge Master, are you not? The one you seek fled toward the chapel on the other side of the mountain. He made his escape through the back of the castle.
What concern is this to you?
Yeah.
He is the one protecting the curse. Ergo, he is an impediment to me, and to all those who abide in this land.
I see. Very well. I, Hector, thank you for your help. Now, if you'll forgive me, I must be on
Voice
my
acting's
way.
pretty good. The writing's not all there. Just yet. I have to thank you for your help. Innocent Devil Infant Fairy appears. You get to name the... Alright, we'll put this to a stream vote. Folks in chat, suggest some names for this demon fairy, although Hugh is kind of a funny name for it. And I'll put it to a vote. Let's see, I'll put Hugh in there. People who are putting... should be... The innocent devil. Not the Harambe patches. I do have numbers. Demon fairy could work. Carl! Cool. Alright, here we go. What should we name the innocent devil? Exclamation point, vote probably the option you want, so vote 1 for A, vote 2 for Hugh, and so on, and I'll start a short timer here. In the event of a tie, I will choose. Next time I do this, I might let people spend SP on it to vote multiple times, otherwise everyone's just going to vote for one. Seeing Patches in first, followed by Notvi, Carl, Baby Baby, and Harambe and A are all tied after that. I guess Patches is gonna win, so I'll start typing it now while we wait on the timer to run out. Yeah. Okay. I'll think about it for the next one. Auto probably just defaulted back to Q, right? Oh my god, innocent devils are the mystical... This is a terrifying info screen. The mystical untainted familiars created by devil forge masters have absolute loyalty to their creator. Summoned ID. That's such a Japanese-y thing to do, like go out of your way to make an abbreviation. They grant status enhancements to Hector. So examine the status screen. Use hearts as energy. Whenever they take damage or use a special ability, their heart energy will decrease. If they lose all their hearts, the ID reverts to soul form. At this point, they'll simply hover around Hector. If he gathers enough hearts, simply restore to material form. They can't die. Level up with experience points by defeating enemies, just like Hector. That's cool. Enemies defeated with either Hector or the ID. Both Hector and his ID will gain experience. Push the up or down, change the AI setting. Turning the mode to auto instructs the ID to act on its own. Whenever attack and use special abilities are dictated by its reasoning. Setting the mode to command allows Hector to directly control its actions, like micro it. Sends to stick closer to Hector and target the same enemy Hector is battling. They won't use special abilities that consume hearts unless they're told to do so. Cool. Fairy type devils float around the player, have the ability to open up treasure chests. Alright, so we'll go back and open up that treasure chest we saw earlier. I'll leave them on auto for now. We Final Fantasy 14 scholars in this bitch, apparently. Look how cute the little innocent devil icon is. Look at the smiley face. Hey, good looking out. Dragon Crest. We had one of those in... That was actually the crest that we used to go fight Dracula in the Lament of Innocence. I'm sure Command is better, but I'm just not going to worry about it for now. Yeah, combat feels a bit more responsive in this, like... The, enemies behave more the way I would expect them to. I'll probably switch to command for bosses, I don't really care until then. It's cool that it's a lot easier to heal in this game. Healing was kind of wonky in Lament of Innocence. Having a preset way to control that is nice. Come here. Hey dog. Circle him. Save point up here that I can probably hit. Guessing I'll go back to the entrance and use the Demon Crest to progress. Oh, release timeline, that's a tough question. Somebody said, was it 2005? 2008? 2005 sounds more right. PS2 game. In the story chronology, it is Lament of Innocence, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, and then Curse of Darkness. So it's like 11 years old? Yeah, it's the same engine as Lament of Innocence. A lot of similar assets as well. They've cleaned it up quite a bit, though. So far, I'm curious to see where it goes, but it feels like it's just a strictly better version of Lament of Innocence mechanically. A lot of those things I was saying, man, it would be really nice if this game had this. This one has it so far. That might mean there's a save room thing on the ground. Yeah, Lament was good. Actually, I think Lament is the highest rated 3D Castlevania with like an 84 or something like that on Metacritic. This one is closer to being on the fence, and I don't know if it was just rough critics at the time, but I think this one has more like a 75. I'm curious if it had come out, if Lament had never existed and it had come out, what the average review score would have been. This is really close to my quality threshold. So far I'm digging it. Yeah, I heard the first Lords of Shadow is pretty decent. I might put that one in Maybe before we do the last two games, Aria and Dawn of Sorrow, I might like say, meanwhile, in another reality, this is what happened, and do Lords of Shadow 1. The reviews for Lords of Shadow 2 and 3 are fairly bad, so if I did any of those, it would just be the first one. Oh, people were mad that it wasn't Symphony of the Night. Interesting. I guess there had been a drought of Metroidvania titles, right? Symphony of the Night's super good, that's a PS1 game. Then Lament of Innocence comes out and you're like, hey, it's different. Give it good reviews. Curse of Darkness comes out like, wait, we don't really want that again. 24th in release order. Oh, I love that they level up. Oh, it's so much better that they get XP. It's such a stupid thing, like... Oh, that's cool, I can have him walk onto stuff. It's kind of silly that it's important for me to get XP for things. Like, it's still the same task that you're doing. But I like, you know, they expect you in this game as you're moving through to fight all the enemies you run into. They don't expect you to just skip every room. And that quickly became the dominant strategy in Lament of Innocence. It was a bummer. Bronze is for when it goes into a crafting system later or something. The skill she has is a heal for right now. Patches. You want more Paper Mario? Yeah. This isn't really Paper Mario. The GBA one's super good. Oh, you're talking about getting X because there's no XP in that one, so why bother fighting anything? Sure, I haven't actually played Sticker Star because I heard it was bad. Why don't they just make 1,000-year door? Hey, Phoenix Rising. I think that Nintendo has a bit of an audience problem with certain games. They're not always sure who their audience is gonna be. Beat sprites fell down. Very nice. Right, goodbye. No, I know what you mean though. The sentiment you're getting at there is that, like, Paper Mario was beloved by everyone, right? It's critically acclaimed. It's a certain kind of play style. I wonder what keeps drawing them away from that sort of tried and true proven formula. I appreciate their efforts to innovate, but it's just not as fun. Is the Color Splash game any good? Has anyone here played it? I always call these guys... Okay, so question. How do you pronounce the word Sahuagin? Like, S-A-H-U-A-G-A-N. Is it Sahuagin, 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 Sahuagin? It's like a Lovecraft thing originally, right? Fish monsters. Been in D&D for a while. Yeah, I agree, Six Gun. They know their game. You can tell their gaming demographics from that video as well for the Switch students. All right, so that's progress. Let me go check what's going on in the other direction. We'll come back here. Oh, is there a Naughty in there? They're called Sahuagins in Dungeons and Dragons. Google it. think if it doesn't have a U, it's being misspelled? Question mark? Let me see it's this way. This is going back outside. Paper Jam's pretty good. Maybe you pronounce it Sahagan and would omit the U mentally. Sahagan. Oh, Paper Jam's not that bad. It's Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, so if you like that style of higher damage numbers, lots of unique timed actions that you have to get good at. It's closer to like Legend of Dragoon, I think, than Super Mario RPG and how they handle the timed attacks. It might have been Mega Man soreness, I'm not sure. Spells it that way. Yeah, 14 does some stuff with D&D monsters to try to avoid getting in trouble. I think they had a couple games they don't call them Mind Flayers, but they basically call them Mind Flayers. I'm guessing this doesn't actually lead to anything important, but there's an item back there maybe it gets us something. How did boss weakness work in it? I could hear an argument to pronounce it Sahuagin. Sahuagin. It's probably not Agin, is what I keep saying. Sahuagin. Alright, well I got a potion out of that. A complete waste. We now know what's back here. I don't have to worry about it. Look, Sahuagin pronunciation. How do you pronounce Sahuagin? Monster like you. This guy says Sahuagin. As long as you don't pronounce it Sahuagin, you're okay. Sahuagin, you. Sahuagin. Fishman. Pronounce it as though it were Spanish. Sawahin. Oh, that's really frustrating, Spiky. Yeah, so it's comparable to the way you have to deal with some of the bosses in Tartarus and Persona 3, but you don't even have the ability to switch the element you're using, right? To game over every fight. Yeah, I think that's bad. I think that you should be able to convey or telegraph. If elemental weaknesses are that important of a thing, you should be able to telegraph it in some way before battle begins, or let you switch. Yeah. You don't really need it so much in some other games. I think I saw part of it, Sortus, the Muppet guy. It seems like such a cool gimmick. It's one of those, like, why didn't I think of that? I wonder if you could make like a CG like mocap Muppet, so you could actually play the game. Come on. There you go. So it'd be cool if it actually went to Dracula's castle there right at the beginning. Throne room. But I don't think we're not in Castlevania, right? Tip skill. Bestiary, information about the monsters Hector's battled. Okay. I'd actually look at that. I like the monster codexes. It's fun. So I think that because Trevor defeated Dracula in Castlevania 3, that Castlevania's disappeared. So this is like a different evil castle somewhere in his homeland, but it's not Castlevania. Face rig? Could be funny. Short sword, oh man, there's all kinds of armor and gear. That's cool. Oh, that's neat. You can turn on whether or not you can see damage, enemy names. I like that. Some thoughts put into that. Human villains are animated by a monster. Something equipped to kill. Combination created from numerous dead bodies. Pureblood merman. Fires a beam ribbons mono eye. Really like the idea of this. We talked about it in Lament of Innocence as well. The like horror-inspired adventure genre. It's not really scary, but the tropes are all horror. So your protagonist is a badass, so it's not a problem. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the same thing. That's funny, sort of. I guess if I were to give one complaint compared to Lament of Innocence, I'd say that the environment's a little bit larger than they need to be for the number of enemies you're fighting, but they're definitely way more varied than the environments in Lament of Innocence, right? You kind of got a sense for like what the standard room design was in that game, and it didn't stray from that too much. So it's cool to see these big caves and like outdoor balcony areas, which you didn't really have in Lament. Hello. Woof woof. Oh, that's living the dog murdering dream right there. It's evil dog, the wolf monster. What, pray tell, is a wild memory, I wonder? Strange stone fragment with ancient memories carved on it, used for simple weapons. So there will be a crafting system later on. Let's go the way that doesn't have a map, right? So with Civilization 6 coming out, like, I may have asked this during Civ 5 when we were doing it for Subblock. Is there any reason to play Civ 5 anymore after Civ 6 is released? It seems like the kind of game where this is an unfair comparison. I'm not saying it's actually like this. It was like Madden or like NCAA games where the most recent iteration of it is the best version. Yeah, I'm talking about video game dogs, like asshole video game monster dogs. I like real dogs very much and would not want to murder a single one. But video game dogs are known for being assholes. I cite Dark Souls, I cite Castlevania, actually really only those two. Oh yeah? What brings them back to the older game? 6 gun. There's a dog in Silent Hill 2 that's responsible for all the events in the game. Sure. So maybe you don't like the emphasis on a later title. Gotcha. Oh, really? The base game is a little bland and then they improve it through expansions? That's interesting. Oops. I really shouldn't respond as much as I do to XP, but it's fundamentally satisfying. You can see how it escaped RPGs as a genre and made it into like shooters. People love it. Oh man, this is we Capcom now. Break the barrels. So you're gonna have us destroy a Chevrolet. Aluminum, light metal used by some alchemists. Mostly unknown, makes very light armor. A few wine barrels. Physics hype. Hey, I'm doing another point of damage now. Maybe I'll kill the dogs or one hit earlier soon. How many units could fit on a single hex? You mean like multiple allied units, or did that simplify the game or make it more complicated? But that might simplify it if you have less options, right? There's crafting mats. I don't know, Chaos. I dig this game so far. Usually, so we played a couple games that were right on the quality threshold, and you could tell. If I hadn't have looked at Metacritic for this game, at least so far, I don't think I would have been able to tell. Maybe it gets annoying or grindy later on or something. So far, I'm digging it. Controversial. Wouldn't you rather have hexes, though, than squares, so that you can have more potential borders? Doesn't that make the game more interesting in general? No, Joker 2 was really good. I think Joker 2 was on the threshold because it was... Maybe not that it was long. It required some grinding, but it wasn't like, okay, I can see, like... I thought the story was good, I thought the gameplay was really solid. I guess I'm thinking more like Rhapsody and, like, Little Battler's experience. And Albert Odyssey. No! I think they're gonna drop something when we call the enemies in this room? I think it locked our way out, right? Yes, it did. Nope, it's just an arena fight. You're on that spiky. My rage resurrected his CPU to carry out my will. Oh my goodness. Sure. Yeah, I was surprised too, Chaos. Maybe it's because it's more of a niche title or something? Weapon combining. It's possible to create new weapons and armor by combining various materials together. Choose Combine from the status window to go to the combination screen. Okay, you can craft anywhere. That's cool. And the bestiary tells you which monsters have which weapons. Cool. Oh, there's different sorts of weapons in this? That's neat. Unexpected. Short sword, wild memory. Ah, so I kind of need to decide which one I want to try, right? Leather helm. Cool. Well, can I then make another one? I'm using the aluminum. I see. That's neat. Soft leather armor. Oh, this is fun. I'm looking forward to finding a bunch of these recipes. The knuckle uses aluminum. I guess I could make a second sword. Oh, let's be interesting. Let's try knuckles. Why not? Punch rings. It's goofy looking. Right on. It's a silly name, too. Punch rings, leather helm. That is literally what they are. I think I can make the new icon go away, unfortunately. Sweet. There's a little question mark that keeps popping up. Oh, she's telling me there's a clue here. She is Navi. A significantly less irritating Navi, but Navi nonetheless. That was pretty neat. Hey, listen. Thanks, Patches. Good looking out. So this one involves controlling monster souls, but in a way that's different from some of the other Castlevania games that do that. So if you have a familiar. Tip. Evolution crystals. When some monsters are defeated, they drop evolution crystals. Oh my god. I can turn this cool pixie into like a 90s hipster chick with an apple haircut. It's suspicious. With like jeans. Anyway, by collecting a certain amount of evolution crystals, give them your ID, its formal chains, or various types of evolution crystals. Type of evolution crystal that is dropped will change depending on the weapon Hector's using. Oh. So red crystals, blue crystals, green, yellow, and then there's a question mark there. That's kind of neat. I like that idea. So they give you an incentive to switch between different weapons sometimes. Possible to prevent evolution crystals from appearing while using an ID, so we'll have to level up in its current form. Okay. Good on. That's neat. Pokemon system. I like the crafting system. Gotcha. Yeah, those are both pretty rad. I'm a fan of both of them. This is a game that I probably would have played, like if I had played this when I was younger, I would have tried to 100% it and hated my life. Like get every weapon by farming monsters for the rare drops. I definitely 100% the Dawn of Sorrow, which was like that. Wild Memories are a fairly standard drop. Yeah, PS2 looks pretty good. Dawn of Sorrow is a DS game. It's really good. I never actually played Aria of Sorrow. I think people like Aria a little bit better, but it's a very similar game. Yeah. So it'll be fun to actually do Aria. I think it's just going to evolve on its own once it gets enough evolution crystals would be my guess. Can I like review its current situation? Is showing how many I've collected, that's what matters, I guess. Yeah, I would agree, Chaos Factor. Well, Dawn of Sorrow. I'm excited to actually play Aria. Oh, cool. What Castlevania game have you been playing, Craft? Yeah, I think I played, like, I don't know, 15 minutes of Portrait of Ruin. Portrait of Ruin is interesting just from, like, reading through the timeline when I was setting up which games we're going to play in which order. Because I think that it assumes the Genesis Castlevania game is canonical, which was surprising. People didn't like that one for a while. You don't play as a Belmont anymore. You still play as someone who uses the Vampire Killer Whip. It's this guy, was it Grant Morris or something like that? It might be the game that's trying to tie Castlevania more into the original, like, Bram Stoker mythos. But I might be talking out of my butt. I never played it at length. Yeah, all the Metroidvania ones, I understand, are pretty well liked. Yeah. Those will come later in the playthrough. We still haven't played a Metroidvania on stream. We did Castlevania 1 just to kind of introduce the series. Since we're going to end up playing the events of Castlevania 1 again in the storyline anyway when we get to Super Castlevania. It's sort of a retelling of Simon Belmont's story. Lament of Innocence was 3D like this one. Castlevania 3 was more like Castlevania 1. We've got two more... Well, let's see. We've got a bunch more side scrollers before. I think Harmony of Dissonance is the first Metroidvania we're going to get to, and that'll be after Curse of Darkness, Adventure, Belmont's Revenge, Castlevania 4, and Simon's Quest. Yeah, the earliest Metroidvania in the timeline takes place after Simon Belmont, so that's pretty late. I guess Lament of Innocence and this one aren't that terribly different, they're just not 2D. Yeah, Symphony of the Night has some polish issues for sure that were cleaned up in Aria. I think it still stands the test of time really well in a way that most PS1 games do not. But I could see that being tough going from Aria back to Symphony. Symphony is still a super good game though. Thanks for the heal. Patches. These guys are hard to kill with the fist because you have to get right in front of them, so you end up taking some damage from the puke. Oh, these guys. Baraka. Slash that other guy. Was it Voldo? Where's Voldo? Soul Calibur? I guess the fists are kind of good for stun locking a single enemy, maybe not so good for groups. I want to have a spear for these dudes in the future. Yeah. Leveling up. Feeling pretty good in the club. Punching doors, because I keep forgetting that there's a different button to open. I think Symphony of the Night was super brave to just go ahead and do, you know, 32-bit sprite graphics instead of trying to go 3D. Like Castlevania 64, which we will not be playing because it's not very good. It's not even, I don't think you can argue it's a niche game. It's tough because you need people who are like pushing the limit of the artistic medium to look as good as it possibly can, even if that ultimately looks like shit. But I think it's my preference to like go with the medium you can look amazing in. Don't try to push the envelope if you don't have to in your own. Alright. Beat Castlevania 64 through sub-block alone. That was the original model for sub-block forever ago when I was trying to design it with like scaling indefinitely in mind. And we'll eventually have to change the system once we get so many subs that people are waiting a long time to get their game played. But in the original system, they thought, oh yeah, a bunch of people are going to try to rally behind the same game. You can just get like a multiplier, and multiple people vote for the same game. Turns out most people will have a different game, which makes sense. It fits along with the channel theme, I think, that there's so many awesome games that you can't beat all of them even if you wanted to try really hard. No! God, you guys are dicks. Maybe punching the armored knight isn't the best decision in the world. There's not an MP system in this one. Is it kind of like a way to free block them? Stagger them though, that's cool. I feel like the dodging is a lot more responsive in this game, or maybe just the tell on this enemy is really good. These freaking armor knights, man. Always a hassle. I bet the spear does more damage to them. It'll be fun when we can actually like switch weapons. Get some more crafting materials to make more. Let me take a look at the combine list real quick. Need to make another short sword. I guess I can make an axe right now, fairly cheaply. Common weapon. More aluminum. And more aluminum. And that's it. Can I like... Is there a way to hot switch between different weapons, Chaos? Do you know? I don't think so. I would have expected the D-pad, but I used that to like micromanage Fairy. Try to let her finish leveling up first, I guess. Oh, that's convenient. The arrow shows you which way you came in from with it. Oh really? How? So what's Legacy of Darkness like? I've never played that one. Is it sort of like this? Is it like a 3D brawler? I was asking if there's any way to quick swap between weapons, or if I have to go in the inventory to do it. Seems pretty rewarding, but if I could do it, but it might not actually be in the game. Didn't catch the Logan trailer. I was a little bit too hyped for the Nintendo Switch. I also didn't watch the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. In fact, I've never played Red Dead Redemption. I had a friend who was into it, showed me some of it when it came out, but didn't actually play it myself. I hear that I'm missing out big time. Gotcha, no worries. Thanks for the heal. Feels really satisfying to dodge against this guy. They made it feel like maybe it's an advantage of using the fist weapon is that you have so many attack animations that it's really easy to roll out of it. It's not like a slow, bulky weapon where you can't cancel it. Yeah, it looks like they're fixing their marketing problem. Marketing was like 9/10 of their problem with the Wii U, I think. It's a solid system. It's gonna be great, I know, right? Yeah, we gotta get used to that, right? Double step. Perfect. The Wii was originally called the Revolution. GameCube was Dolphin. Wii was Dolphin as well. I think the Dolphin was this cancelled system called the 64DD, right? There was also the disc add-on to the Super Nintendo that Sony was developing. Nintendo ended up snubbing them on. They said, okay, fine, we'll go make our own console with blackjack and hookers. And turned it into the PlayStation 1, which is why Final Fantasy left Nintendo, because they were already developing for it. Oops. The Xbox One is a really bad name as well. Really bad name. Oops. Looks like that is definitely not the most efficient form of locomotion. There's a little pause after you land. Not intended to be dodging everywhere all the time. Looks like they put that thing on the ground and be like, hey dude, there's a save point there. Maybe you should stop it and save. Hey, go save. Hey, you should save. What do you think about saving? Yeah, they're talking about Etrian on the scene. Yeah, new Nintendo DS. That might work in Japanese, Fraff, because I think that in Japanese they're using like the English word new as well. So it sounds foreign and exotic. But here we would use that. Did you pick up the new 3DS? You mean like the model of 3DS called the new 3DS? I had that problem when I called Nintendo customer service when I was having issues with my 3DS connections earlier this year. You guys might remember. The guy I was talking to was really confused. He was like, "You're talking about the model of 3DS called the new Nintendo 3DS." Yes, that's correct. Is there somewhere I can go to check the progress of my evolution? Getting my Pokemon to level up? I think that this menu here isn't telling me how many crystals it's collected. I think it's telling me how close it is to level 6, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe it goes up to 100 or something. This is progress, right? Okay, so I looped around. And there's a couple ways to go back down a floor. Go up to the second floor. Gotcha. Oh, there's more dudes in here. Let's fight Voldo over here. It's cool that they have the ID lock system. Like, looks like Z-targeting. Hey, you got a little fairy to help you out. We want to go this way. Yeah, okay, cool. Kingdom for a mini-map, though. Didn't roll in time that time. It's okay. So glad to have some source of healing that isn't consumable items or save points. Makes progression way less stressful. Ooh, an aluminum drop, that's exciting. Cool. I gotta keep the knuckle for now. I want to finish evolving the pixie, so. Corinthian helmet. That's the way we came. Actually, no. We can go up to the 3rd floor and see what's up there. There's a lot of multiple paths to the same place here. Yeah, having like a toggleable minimap is good. Organized toggles aren't free though. Whoa, y'all can heal? That's messed up. No, you don't. No healing allowed. Hell no. Alright, just for funsies, I'm curious if the sword does more damage to this guy. It does, per swing, but I think I might still be getting net more damage from punching. So it all comes out so much faster. And I can dodge out of it more easily. Okay. I wonder if I'm less likely to get heart drops and more likely to get item drops when my hearts are capped out, you know? This is new. Kill Baraka over here. Poor man's Voldo. Ouch. Why you gotta be so rude, dude? Yeah, minimap would have been nice in Skyward Sword. I guess they gave you the beacons. Maybe they thought that the beacons should have helped you to not get lost, but I didn't find them to be terribly helpful. Outside of the segments where it really made sense to use them, like when you were using the map to differentiate parts of the quicksand that had rock underneath them. That was pretty cool. There's quite a bit of verticality in the shrine, but actually, there's quite a bit of verticality in Skyward Sword as well, so a minimap would have made it more confusing. Crystals. Hey, that's cool. This guy wasn't in Lament of Innocence. He's been in a lot of the earlier Castlevania games, though. Totally makes sense to float in the air when you're punching. You guys can try it at home, right? You can jump in the air and punch and just kind of float there. It's great. Okay, I love that mechanic because it makes no sense, but aerial combos would not work without it. It's like double jumping. It just makes sense for platformers. It's a cool game mechanic. I hope games don't stress too much about explaining why it works that way. Oh, I see. That loops around until you get to the 4th floor. Okay. That was a waste. Ouch. wonder if I'm gonna need to look up the different evolutions for the innocent devils. Wait, never mind. There it happened. Oh dang! Oh gosh! Oh geez! Lethal. Cool. What does that mean for us? I don't think I can change anything about it. I don't know if it has different like evolution paths or something, depending on which weapon I have. I'll try using the axe for a while. Oh, that one's much slower to come out. Wow, way more damage on these guys though. It's a nice AoE as well. We'll use this until it evolves again. Is there like a handy like graphical ID evolution chart for this game? Anyone knows of? I want to keep one in the back here, decide which weapon I want to use to evolve my Pokemon. Hello. I think they do, yeah. Like, I think the armor guy is pretty strong against the fist weapons. He only takes like 5 or 6 points of damage per hit. Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, certainly, Sirix, how's it going? Well, I guess this is how I mean to put it, like Chaos Factor. Can I always be making meaningful progress towards evolving my Pokemon, regardless of what color I have equipped? Because it would be unfortunate, like I wouldn't want to be playing the game and getting all these blue crystals, and it just turns out that you can't evolve it again after using Earth crystals. Like, you have to stay on a certain specific path. Because the game doesn't seem to indicate to you, well, these crystals aren't doing anything, you know what I mean? Super exciting, right, Sirix? Pretty stoked for the Switch. Got some questions I'd like to... Oh, this might be... This is our long hallway, right? Finally, it's the long hallway. I'm pretty optimistic. I like Nintendo. There's the moon in the background and everything. That's cool. They're sending us here right away. Look, it's ruined as well. We were just here in Castlevania 3. This is definitely the end of the game. Yeah, I would do about 400, I think. I'd expect them to target 300. Nintendo tries to be competitive with their console pricing. Save, and then that's a boss turn for sure. Right, Goomba? I do like that twist on the story, right? It's just abandoned castle. It's not Castlevania / Dracula's castle. But that's exactly what the long hallway to Dracula looks like. Yeah, Nintendo has shown in the past that they're willing to take a loss on the hardware to improve the install base. I think the Wii they took a loss on. Okay, thanks, Gas Factory. You see why I was concerned, though? I agree that I try not to look up guides if I can help it. But it's possible to do it wrong. Easy. Not dodging successfully right now. It's cool, spitting gears on you. Woohoo! Yeah, man, I see Bandai Namco and From Software on there, so I'm getting portable Dark Souls, I can't complain. Now I've got a phase 2. That's cool. Unexpected. Don't think we want to stand in all that fire this time. That's decidedly a bad decision. Pretty applicable video game advice in general about standing in fire. How do they work, Fred? Hey, welcome home, Sonis. That's true about smartphones. I'm secretly hoping, I know that this is contentious, but it would be cool if you can get the Switch on a cell phone data plan. Nintendo would have to work some magic to get that to work, I think. But I suppose it's feasible. That was part of some of the original speculation about the system. That would be very hard to do, though. Like, one, you would have to make a deal. You have to pick some service providers to make a deal with, and you'd want to cover as much geographical area as possible, so that makes it even harder. And then getting them to let you add it onto your plan without it costing you like $30 a month. Oh man, new familiar hype. It's a golem person with crystals in its back. Innocent Devil Magmard. Hey, what name ideas do you have for this guy? I think it was Ool? Keep some of the ones from before that didn't make it. If you have idea suggestions for this innocent devil, type them in chat. I'll put them in a poll and people can contribute to name it. I think cartridges are just straight up better. Better load times by far. Space, I think, is less of an issue. We're starting to get pretty crazy with what we can fit onto a tiny SD card. Malphite. Any other name suggestions? Smashy. We'll go with that. What should we name the rock monster? Cool. You can vote now to name the monster. Exclamation point vote followed by the number from that list there. So vote 1 is A, vote 2 is Bam Bam, vote 3 is rock and roll, and so on. Start a timer here. Rock and roll might take it. Let's type it in now. Is it really not a space? Huh. Malphite has 3. Yeah, rock and roll will work. Theater mode should work. So as far as I know, there shouldn't be anything stopping that from working. Yeah, I know. There's some general Twitch wonk from the way they changed the overlay recently. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Does it work on other channels? That would be interesting to investigate. Rock and roll. Battle-type innocent devils are exceptionally strong and excel at physical combat. As their name implies, they are most effective in battle. Battle-type innocent devils have an additional AI mode. In addition to auto and command, they can also guard. When guard is selected, they'll enter a defensive stance, blocking enemy attacks. In this mode, a shining circle appears around the ID. All enemy attacks will be blocked while in the guard field. If the character stands in the guard field, they'll also be protected for a certain amount of time. Oh, that's kind of cool. The word chain might appear. Press the attack button or final attack button when this happens. If timed correctly, the ID will warp in front of the Hector and add a cooperative attack. Oh, that's cool. Cool. He's got an Aura Blast ability. I like this system of beat a boss, gain a buddy. I can always switch to the healer later if I need it. I'll have to look into it. Sorry about that though, that's a bummer. Well, I've got a Twitch contact I could send to. Would you mind sending me a screenshot or throwing it up on my Discord? It's discord.marstead.com. If it's something that we can only really reproduce on my channel, I'll send them a message and see if we can figure out what's going on. Maybe, yeah. It could be because they changed the UI of Twitch pretty recently, right? That broke a lot of things. Hey, thanks for the follow. It's good to have you. Jet Black. Can that give us a new combination recipe? Short sword and jet black. Spear. I wanted to try a spear. Let's do that with this guy. Bamboo lance, okay. That doesn't sound very threatening. Cool attack animation, though. Saving for Super Robot Wars soreness. So this is the like big AoE weapon, I guess. It's very slow though. He uses it almost more like a greatsword. He's like using it to slash around instead of piercing. Getting it. Yeah, a little while. We'll see. The long game should balance out pretty quickly since we churn through the short games so fast on the voting spreadsheet. Trying to get Persona 4 played. I don't know if I like this spear playstyle. It's a bit too slow for my tastes. I'm gonna switch back to the axe. Maybe it's just that specific spear. Maybe other weapons you get later have different like attack speed values. But also just like to make sure I have some variety, just stick to whatever weapon I've crafted that has the highest DPS. It's boring but effective. orcs, huh? Yeah, they at least added a bunch of new enemies to this. There actually weren't terribly many different enemies in Lament of Innocence. Oh, that's cool. You can throw the axe like a traditional weapon. Nice. That's right. Yeah, I get these. They're called Innocent Devils, or IDs, because Japan. And they each have different powers that I can access. I can only have one summoned at a time. The pixie I had out earlier was like a healer. Keep your top off. So this guy's more around fighting enemies. It's kind of a cool system. It's not dissimilar from like Aria and Dawn of Sorrow. These guys might be infinite. Keep fighting them. Except that you get a familiar instead of changing the character's ability. If you do it to Discord, I think you can just like take a screenshot and then Control V paste it. Discord's pretty good about letting you just throw images in there.
It can't be. That's impossible. She can't be alive.
Oh,
Is she alive?
may I be of service?
Or is she all like
No.
bull?
Forgive me. My name is Hector. What are you doing in a place like this?
I could ask you the same question, sir.
I am searching for someone. A man bearing the same crest I'm wearing.
And this man, is he your enemy or your friend?
You sound as if you know him.
Yes, quite so. Now answer me. Be he your friend or foe?
Be
He is my
your
most
friend or
bitter
foe?
enemy.
I see. In that case, I shall help you.
Thanks.
Pardon me, milady. But by what reason would you offer me this boon? Indeed, by what reason should I trust it?
Sorry, the
Your
writing
enemy is my enemy. That is reason enough. If you are a Devil Forge Master, you shall need a place to keep your little friends safe. Rest assured, you have no reason to refuse my help.
You seem quite knowledgeable. Who are you exactly?
Yeah, no worries, Sirix. Thank
A
you.
witch. I escaped from the
See
western
if I can
lands
share
where we
that.
were hunted like vermin. I have the power
It's
to envision the
weird. Watch
future.
on Twitch, as though it
How
thinks
interesting.
it's
And your
better.
name?
Julia, my house is further on. I shall prepare an elixir that may be of use to you. Farewell.
If you click on that watch on Twitch link, does it what happens? Does it like redirect you somewhere, or does just nothing happen?
She is the very image of Rosalie.
It's not the worst, that's true, Fref. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. I was mostly just laughing at their choice of phrasing. You offer me this boon. Let's start back to the same page. Yeah, I guess I see the same thing, huh? Let's see if in full screen. I have exactly the same issue. Alright, I'll open a ticket for it. Thank you for sharing that, Sirix. Steal. It's possible to steal items from enemies. When the block-on cursor on enemy turns purple, press the final attack button to steal an item. The timing an item that is stolen varies from the thing. That's cool. Yeah, that can be fun. It's like doing their best. Oh no, don't play my audio. It's bad that time. Right. There's a healer somewhere out here? There he is. Is the dialogue bad in Dragon's Dogma? I still need to play that game. I hear it's quite good. I really like the pawn system. I watched Galactic Kodiak on their stream and played a bit of it. Whoa. I like this rock guy, rock and roll. Really, is that bad? Is that the writing is poor, or is that like the characters are super chatty? I noticed they were chatty watching Kodiak play it. Music in this series is so really good. Steel mechanics. It's such a cool idea in principle, right? But there's so many things that can go wrong with steel mechanics that end up making it grindy or frustrating rather than interesting. Can I get this guy? Okay. Can I then use it myself? 'Cause that would be pretty cool. I totally can. That's amazing. Can't tell if I'm actually damaging those or not. The little XY coordinates thing there. Right. So I can actually destroy those. I can even, like, interrupt their cannonball shots. Which is crazy. This is too fun. We didn't really have anything like this in Lament of Innocence. I'm getting XP for all this. That would be a little excessive, wouldn't you? Yeah, I like the way that I feel like steel should be PRNG, right? There should be a distribution, but each time you fail to steal, it should make you more likely to succeed on the next attempt. I think my favorite incarnation of steel is Final Fantasy IX, where you have a character in your party that's guaranteed to have the steal action. You know that every boss has some interesting, unique things that you can steal. Except the problem was that RNG would screw you, or you'd spend like an hour trying to steal that stupid flute from that one boss, the Gygas boss. And having it so that each time you fail, your chance gets a little bit better will help with that a little bit, so you don't get totally wrecked. I think WRPGs that can work well. I can hear that. So like games where it's like combined with a stealth mechanic, right? The Bethesda solution where an item is in red, and if you take it and get caught, it causes aggro or gives you bad karma or something. Yeah, I guess in a game like Elder Scrolls or Fallout, you know what the item is before you steal it, right? I guess when you pickpocket, sometimes you can get in trouble for that before you know what they're carrying. A lot of my persisting memories of FF9 are fighting that Gygas boss over and over, trying to get that stupid flute. I don't think I got it on stream, despite trying for 20 or 30 minutes. Oh, I need to play Dungeons of Dread more. I have a friend who's super into it. How does burglary work in the game? What makes it so good? Does it just get you good stuff early on, or does it do something other than remove items from opponents? That'll be a good one. Then we'll have to go on the list of awesome games to beat. Voldo. Yeah. The rough one for stealing Goomba is the book boss in the library, the optional guy. He's like super hard when you can encounter him the first time in the game, but there's also a time limit running in that segment. So it's either you get lucky with the steal and get the demon mail like a disc early, or you keep reloading and watching cutscenes over and over. Maybe there's lots of weapon variety in this one, that they have different models, attack styles. The Vampire Killer and Lament of Innocence wasn't, at the end of the day, terribly different from other weapons. More aluminum, so there's anything cool I can craft. Do I have more jet black? Oh, apparently I do. I can make a level 2 spear. Sure. Dung? Okay. Interesting choice of name. I need to get more jet black now. Try that, why not? Is it the same attack animation? Yeah, it still has a really slow, like, wind down. It's nice to be able to hit that many enemies at once, but I like having a quick wind down. That's cool. I'm kind of a pick out a specialty and dump everything into one specialty sort of player, instead of like try to distribute the points evenly across all my skills. I really like being able to do one thing just ridiculously well. Let's see what's up here first. Hello. No! Oh. I got the tech out of that at least. Yeah, we tech those. Vending machine, whenever you interact with them. Oh, cool. I gotta play those games, man. I've heard really, really good things about them. Oh right, we can't kill red skeletons, right? At all, you think? I mean, that's historically they're invincible. Can't be killed by anything. But it looks like there's a gate that's blocked here. And it looks like my buddy there isn't trying to help. We have to kill them in the same swing or something. Maybe I'll get an ability later that makes them stay dead. No, I think they're just gonna keep getting back up, so maybe we gotta come back here later. Do I have waymarks in this game that I can place? Hold on. No, I guess that was just the previous game. That's neat. So it's like putting extra ranks into a skill is a flavorful, like mechanical decision. It sounds like in Dungeons of Dreadmore, instead of it being, oh, now you get like +1 to stealing. It changes what your overall capabilities are. That's fun. I think like numbers bonuses are dull, even when they are effectively the same as an interesting mechanic. They're not as exciting. That's easy to say because it's hard to develop like 7 interesting mechanics or however high the skill cap goes, but it's much easier to just give you a bonus to your roll, so to speak. But it's worth appreciating the developers that go to that trouble. Those dragons. That's the same true as for Dungeons and Dragons as well. I like that about 4th edition, actually. I know people like to hate on 4E, but I feel like there were a lot of mechanical bonuses instead of number bonuses. And powers. You know, instead of a ring giving you a bonus to something, it might give you a power that kind of does the same thing. Had its own set of problems where you sort of get too many powers to keep track of, but gotcha. That's sort of a smart way to do it. It makes taking the stat bonus feel better if you know it's working your way toward a better bonus later on. Oh no! Screw it, guys. Only the fairy's ability can open it. See, now that seems a little goofy. It's super trivial for me to just switch to my fairy, right? Oh shit. Let's see what that was. ID chart is called. It looks like when you get those tips, it actually unlocks game mechanics, which are an interesting concept. I don't think I've seen that before. ID charts. This will allow you to track the lineage of created and raised innocent devils. We'll also be able to check future ID evolution information. Okay, so is that under here? How do I get to that? I'd like to see that very much. Mystery. I'm actually not sure where to go to see that. Oh, is it under... Well, it says it's under skills, but... I don't see it anywhere. Oh, I see. It's a mod thing, sure. Is it an item use? Maybe. Yeah, let's see it in the items. Oh, wait. Here we go. R1 can let me look through who I currently have equipped. I can look at charts. Ah, okay. Okay. Alright. So 40 spear or 40 axe. But sword sends it on a different path. Now, okay. I understand now. If I switch to patches, just for funsies, and I look at the chart, so either fists or axe. That's nice that you can change it up a little bit between two. I'm gonna keep rock and roll out. It's pretty sweet. Ouch. Can you not stunlock me, man? It's super. Promethean magic? Okay. Yeah, I could have sworn I'd played a Castlevania game, maybe it was Dawn of Sorrow, where you can kill the red skeletons if you have a specific kind of weapon. Stop him from healing this. Really interesting. Hey, Jet Black. Fantastic. Hard leather armor. Fantastic. No accessories yet, so that's okay. What's a weird Diggle? Is a Diggle something in that universe you transform into? Zombies. I like the way this game approaches gating mechanics, where you have to like find a tip item. It would be nice if they could be, you could have like an option to ungate them, just have access to them right away if you wanted to. I think mechanics gating is generally a smart idea though. I usually approve of it. And there are a couple games that do it badly, like Final Fantasy 13. These might just loop together eventually. Don't screw around. No jet black. Once I get down below 80 health, I'll probably resummon my pixie to get some heals in here. Oh, Marty's so sleepy. Turn the cat cam real quick. He is out. Mr. Marty. Marty. He doesn't even care. He's not on guard right now, is he? So I keep him on command, maybe he'll always attack. I don't really want him to use that guard ability most of the time. Whoa! It's a crazy fire dude. A fruit. Oh, that's cool. And your like combination of skills are sort of your class-ish. Dark Souls is sort of like that, kind of. So sleepy. Yeah, you got a lot of these ego crystals. These zombies might count as being immortal too, because the door's not open. Oh wait, now it's open. I guess I was just waiting for the Ifrit to die. The closest thing to roguelikes I've played are Binding of like at length, or Binding of Isaac and Darkest Dungeon. But I really and Spelunky. I really enjoy the idea of the genre though. It'd be fun to check out. Indeed, welcome home, Cass. Doing well. Rogue Lights. Not quite as hardcore. Really, you'd even say that the Darkest Dungeon is roguelite? I guess it has a really clear and obvious UI, and you do have a permanent progression system. It's not like when you die in Darkest Dungeon that you lose everything forever. But I haven't played Rogue, for example, in that pack. They just take a while to register if you're dead. Sure. What would you say separates the true roguelike game from a game like Darkest Dungeon? Is it the fact that there's a persistent progression system? Yeah, starting from 0. So Binding of Isaac might be a little bit closer. There's a bit of persistent progression in Binding of Isaac, but nothing crazy. It's a Dargon? Cool. It's a Wyvern, new monster hunter in this. So here's boss. It's just Wyvern. He's got parts of his body that take more damage than others. Ouch. I'm gonna hit him in the head. Nice shield. Nasty ass tail swipe, man. I'm gonna just switch him out just because he's gonna be taking lots of damage. Patches can probably keep him topped off. He takes okay damage on his feet. He has a lot of hit points. Yeah. I don't think having the ASCII art is necessary. It's definitely a little bit more hardcore, but I don't know if I'd call Dwarf Fortress a roguelike, for example. I guess beating Isaac would probably be, looking through the mountain there, buddy. Defeating all the unique bosses in the game took a really long time. At the end of the day, it's probably just semantics, and different people are going to define it differently. I think for a lot of people, roguelike has come to mean a persistent mechanic where when you die, you have to start over from scratch. Maybe there's some sort of persistent progression along it, but death is a more permanent feel. And there's often a randomness component. The levels aren't pre-generated. Those would be my two... If you asked me to define it, those would be what I would pick. Its wings just does no damage. There's parts of its body that it's... Shit, I really don't want to let him hit us with that. That's really I might die this attempt, but I'll be in a better position to use my resources next time. I'll keep the pixie out. Do most of my healing from. I still got some potions I can use. You get a hitbox porn in this fight. As long as his tail there doesn't actually touch you, you're fine. There's better iframes on the roll as well. We need to use that potion. Nice. Permadeath randomization. Sure. Ah, so you're saying if it's gotta be more like a turn-based top-down RPG. Maybe that's the missing component. Darkest Dungeon has all of those, but it's not top-down. It's I guess the way you move through the dungeon is top-down, but the actual fights themselves aren't. Thank you for the free heal. Good looking out. It takes a while to get good at Isaac, to realize like when you're overextending, play safely. Darkest Dungeon has permadeath. Anytime one of your party members goes down, they're gone forever. But your Hamlet progresses forever, so it's a little bit lighter. Patches learn time heal. What is that do? I've heard a version of this song before, I think. Continuous healing magic. Hector HP will increase gradually for a brief period. It's a little bit cheaper than regular heal. I wonder if it's a comparable amount of healing. So I've played about 50 hours of Binding of Isaac. I might be okay, Phoenix. Yeah, cheaper region too. Probably what I want her to cast instead of her big heal since it's more expensive. Okay, sure. That's fair enough. get my... I think I want the, I think I want the fairy for boss fights, and I want the, I want rock and roll for ads. It's pretty good. Yeah, no worries. Just letting you know, if I played Binding of Isaac, it wouldn't be blind for me. I'm not super good at it, but I've played it enough to see most of the enemies. I have it on 3DS, so I played it a lot at PAX and just on the road in general. Later, Fraff. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Please don't shoot me in the face, thank you. That'd be a rude thing to do. Oh, really, sir? Oh. Yeah, I don't like those games that seem to really incentivize re-rolling something until you have a run. I wasn't that hardcore about it. I didn't get into like the Lost playthroughs. What does the Holy Mantle do in Binding of Isaac? Oh, that's cool. They knew it was so mandatory they just had you start with it. That's nice. Oh man, cutscene hype. Potentially silly dialogue.
I've been waiting for you, Hector. Devil Forge Master.
What is
How do
he
you know
just...
me? Who are you?
Saint Germain.
Is this guy dressed in period appropriate clothing? This is like
I have an
1471.
urgent request. Please.
Maybe he's a time
refrain
traveler.
from pursuing Isaac any further.
Bastard! So you're with Isaac! But that does not follow. Isaac wishes to fight me.
Stephen
For what
Anachronism.
purpose do you make this request?
This will not make sense to you, but to put it simply,
I
Right.
seek to maintain the flow of a greater will. This is pointless. Out of my way!
your beloved was killed on false allegations that she was a witch. I know how you feel, and I sympathize truly, but please look past
Rex,
your own
how do you know of these things?
That I cannot tell. I know far more than you imagine, but I cannot act upon that knowledge. That is my arrangement. I may only observe.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever
I
seen
have
in
no
a
choice but to
Castlevania
excuse
game, I
myself.
think.
Please consider my request. The world hangs in the balance. Goodbye.
Yeah, I like his voice actor. Maybe he is time traveling.
Who was that?
Is he like from the future? I wouldn't rule out time travel as potentially appearing in a Castlevania game. Okay, cool, Chaos. What? Oh, cool. I wonder if I had the fairy if it would point that out. I like secrets like that. I've had those since the side-scrolling games. That's pretty awesome. I think this is kind of a remix of a song from the Symphony of the Night soundtrack. At least it sounds familiar. Magical ticket, which is different from my other ticket item, I think. Transported to Julia's shop. Oh, that must be what this is. I don't think we've been to Julia's shop yet. So we just missed it super early on. Congratulations, you have died. That's great. Whoa, crazy stained glass window breaking animations. Just have them spawn in like everybody else. Just have them something cool. I appreciate that. Oh god, Fleaman. Man, it's good to have the rock and roll devil against these guys. Just AoE wrecks them. Milk? Really? Like a straight up carton of milk. Okay. Not gonna question it. From cows raised in wide open pastures. Great for breakfast. Alright. Yeah, it's through GoDaddy, so I pay for it. I actually just added premium DNS, which was like $2 a month. You paid ahead for 5 years. So I ran out of subdomains when I was adding a subdomain for all of the YouTube playlists. Yeah, I've heard lots about NetHack. I've seen a lot of screenshots. I haven't played it. Oh no! I mean, hooray! Thought he took enough damage that he got reduced. Cool. Speed mail. That's a cool name. Let me see. Is it time for me to try another thing? Chart. Knuckles are so weak right now. I'm kind of tempted to evolve them down the Knuckles line. Hold on. Anything else I can combine, right? Maybe when I get another set of Knuckles. Upgraded axe. Foil. Try to craft everything, yeah. I might be crafting ingredients for something else later on. Hey, now we've crafted one of everything. Indeed. Oh, those guys, they were in Lament of Innocence as well. A lot of extra damage on this new weapon, maybe more steel. Memorial tickets. Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, I could see. There's the random generation. There's not the permadeath component. It's kind of hard to really screw yourself in Toe Jam and Earl. If I played it on stream, I wonder what I would define as beating it. I guess you have to like put the shit back together, right? There appears to be nothing in this room. There's a big organ that's falling apart. Kind of like attack bits of the organ, right? I've never beaten Toe Jam and Earl either. Uncurse. Is that really all that's in there? It might be. Hard to tell now that I know that there's potential like secret breakable walls. What paths have I not taken? There are some. Would be nice. Drop an uncurse on it. just gonna try to avoid the flea men. They're not very fun to fight. So let's just... It's not an actual breakable wall. It's a stylish breakable wall. No, I do like Alex Winters though. That's amazing, Cyrix. I really need to play Dwarf Fortress for serious at some point and get some maybe people in chat can help me to understand it. I've seen that graph of like different games with how high their learning curve is. Dwarf Fortress is like this steep cliff with people falling to their death off of it. You can put it in the Marstead IRL channel on Discord and tag her. My wife is a astroparticle physicist. She works at the Los Alamos National Lab out here in New Mexico. Yeah, we're talking about physics in relation to her. That's awesome. How do they get those sorts of interactions into the game, Cyrix? Does the developer just keep constantly adding little corner case possibilities like that? Pretty good DPS. Yeah. I think it's gonna be time for me to bring out my healer here in a second. This free man will go down. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. We're back. Oh, I can see their individual XP there, can I? Okay, it shows you how many they've eaten. I guess it doesn't tell you how many they need to eat. It's like she increases your luck, so probably gives you better drops. It looks like it heals more and it's cheaper, so we want to use that for a while. Yeah, right. Most of the animations, it still worked to think about that, I suppose. There are higher level versions of monsters we fought earlier. Really? You can just get up straight up weapons to drop. That's surprising. It's cool. You know that that's a possibility. I feel like this game is a lot more non-linear than Lament of Innocence as well. Lament was... At most you'd have like one branching path, and you pick the one that pick the one that didn't take you to progress, right, and get some item and turn around and go the other path. It looks like there's a lot of different paths in this one. It's kind of cool. I wonder if I can do that safely from a distance, this combo where I throw the axe. Not really that safely, unfortunately. Turns out. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So they get to spend their development time being more creative. That's cool. That's pretty awesome, Spiky. Alright, I think I want to go check out that door I didn't go to earlier on the right side there. I think I've read that before, E10. That's pretty cool. They did some stuff with that in Minecraft as well, where like you would play a save, you would have a world map and you'd play until you died, then Honor System you would send that world map to somebody else and they would play until they died and so on. I don't like Fleamen. Really don't like Fleamen. I wonder if I can start a heal and then switch while it's running. Oh, I totally can. That's awesome. I need you to be my murder buddy here, man. There you go. You're succeeding at being a murder buddy. Good job. Yeah, Medusa heads, Fleamen. Like I was saying earlier, I think that like on my list of top 10 most annoying enemies in that aren't bosses in video games, Castlevania probably takes up like 5 of those slots. I like how they managed to make the Fleamen just as annoying in 3D as they are in 2D. What if I'm gonna get to breed my monsters eventually? Tip skill, marker mode. Use markers to help you remember important places on the map. Cool, I was actually just asking about that. Did I find that thing that was outside? No, I don't think so. That's neat. So we've now made it to 2 rooms that have one of these guys. Big organ. Oh, they're not hard at all in the Metroidvania games. The problem with Fleamen is that they knock you back, and they're difficult to detect, to hit. That's rock and roll. Okay, so nothing super interesting there. I guess we got the map markers now, which is cool. Not the biggest deal. Right, and this is just looping back around. So we want to go up now and go in the gray area of the map we haven't visited yet. Thank you. Good murder buddy. Speaking of murder buddies, so they don't have any other crafting options right now. I guess the pixie's able to pick up hearts. I don't think he is. I didn't really appreciate what a benefit that would be in Fleamen or Hipstring. Just let her grab everything and just keep running. Oh cool, let me know what you think of it, Sormus. Apparently there was somebody streaming it on launch night that had like 2,000 viewers that was about my size. Thanks for pointing that out, Chaos. Like, I like thinking about, you know, when am I gonna get the lottery ticket that actually pays off. There's definitely some stress associated with buying a ticket. You know, staying up till midnight to play, and then having Nintendo sponsor a bunch of people to play the game at the same time as you, like we had after the previous edit. I'll probably do a midnight stream for the actual Sun and Moon release. We'll do it midnight that evening, and then maybe for a couple hours the following day on launch day, just to get them in the VOD history. I want to do a Pokemon series focus at some point. Try to play through them super quick. Really good series. Spooky ghost guy with a lightning sword. Dead fencer. Nice. Knight's Vein. New combine options. 2 short swords and a Knight's Vein. Special needs at least one more thing apparently. Get that first. Since I'm still using the axe, you know. Yeah. Now, this is one of the most suspicious rooms I've ever seen. Something just happened to be called the Fleamen or something? Where did they have this? It's like he's yelling ridiculous when he does that. I might be talking about the Fleamen being ridiculous. Yeah, I really like trying to collect all of them, Chaos. We have to resist trying 100% the crafting log, right? Puts it on your head and it starts to melt. I've got a $quarter sized, rather $half sized, like, circle of galleon. Whoa, that attack is super cool. I saw him use that before. Hey, General Dow, thanks for the follow. Welcome. How are you doing? Ridiculous. Is this just like a dog room? Like an arena to farm if you need to get stuff that dogs drop? I think they stop eventually. Okay, we can finish the loop around. That sometimes has paid dividends. There have been secrets in some of those side rooms. The tip mechanic unlocks. I can't really think of games that... I'm sure there are a few, but a game where certain mechanics, like things that you can access in the menu, for example, unlock based on items you find in chests or after boss fights in the game world. I've definitely... It's really common to have you get into a fight and that fight results in a drop. This is a little bit different, I think. Because it's not just like an ability, it's like, you know, the ability to look at the bestiary. Like a thing you can do in combat, like a Mega Man game or a Metroid game. It would be like if in Metroid you couldn't look at the mini-map or the map at all until after you got a certain item. Interesting idea. Yep, still haven't gotten over the Lament of Innocence controls. Keep thinking I need to attack the door to open it. Circle button is open. Dude, I don't know what he's supposed to be saying. I really think he's saying ridiculous whenever you cast that. I think he only does it when he's on AI. Maybe there'll be something in that last room in the corner. Surprised you didn't get a power-up after the last boss fight. I thought that was going to be a consistent thing. More loots. shit, Soreness. How hype would you say you are? Scale of 1 to 1,000. It's a really specific release window. March 2017. Where the hell did he go? Get back here. There he is. Isn't the Monster Hunter story game like already released in Japan or something? I thought I heard somebody talking about it. But they had an import and weren't liking it very much. Come on, give me your fencer loot. Fencer loot, fencer loot. Because I got lucky that first time. Right, turkey leg height. Let's go up in the northeast exit here. Marty, are you still sleeping? Nice. It'll be fun to play it on a actual console. I'm looking forward to that. Do you have any issues yourself with console internet? Or is it just the 3DS that's a problem? Like if you're on an Ethernet cable. Ouch. Oops, levels up. I like that finishing move, you throw the axe out. Good DPS. Hey Stank, how's it going? Yeah, I like this game so far. I don't know if I really have any major complaints about it. It seems like it's mechanically just an improvement on Lament of Innocence. The weird dude with the top hat I've got questions about, but I'm sure they're gonna explain it eventually. Hey, there's more night. Shit. Do some more crafting here. Let's see. Fucking axe, really? Oh, there's a different kind of memory. I didn't even notice that. Don't know if that's better or not, to be honest. They really make a lot of short swords, huh? Hey, thanks for the host, Sir Anderson. What have you been playing lately on Twitch? Ancient Memory. We got those. Can't make these guys. Oh, I could have made new knuckles. Well, maybe I'll do that next time. I gotta get more ancient memories, apparently. Get the pixie out. Ceremonial tool, an amber artifact used in ancient rituals. Ancient weapon is said to be made from this. Really? Sword? Must be, I don't see it anywhere else in the list. Oh, cool. What was that called? Ada, sword used mainly in ceremonies. Said to bestow its owner with holy powers. Good in a real fight too. I wonder if you can use that to kill the red skeletons. I feel like it would make sense for them to die to holy damage, right? Switch this back to... Nice! Beauty bait jump scares, yeah. Yeah, I liked Outlast as well. We played it on Twitch and beat it. So Outlast 2, is that ready yet? Because I'm kind of excited to see how they iterate on it. You kind of got a feel for the way the game played out early on and how to best avoid things, I think. It was easier to solve it eventually. I think the best part of that game was probably the part where the creepy doctor dude is stalking you around. That was pretty awesome. Ridiculous. Let me see if my new axe is an upgrade, actually. Is it the club? I guess it's not. It's too bad. Thought it would be from the description. Yeah, I love the way he presented everything to you in that sequence, right? Hey, there's another ancient memory. Whoa! These are like the ninja assholes from Dark Souls 2. Ow. And another one. Fantastic. So they're not that bad to get. Level 2 crafting material is what that really is. It hit pretty hard too. Let me summon my pixie back, get some heals in here. Hey Namaku, how you doing? How is your Thursday? Going to craft a Gano, which is a short sword. Should just make like a ton of short swords. Belova, okay. The new punch rings. Ognox. Cool. Next ancient memory, I'll make a new armor. So those are a downgrade. Wow, the Belova is an upgrade. That's interesting because the club technically cost more. Maybe it's like, maybe the club will be a prerequisite in crafting something else later on. How is Final Fantasy Type 0? I didn't play it right when it came out. There's a small amount of hype around it when it was released in the West. Oh, that's interesting. This weapon has a different attack animation. Yeah, for a while there I was expecting that every single axe in the game would behave the same way, every spear would behave the same way. That does not appear to be the case. Yeah, it's got a different follow-through too. That's neat. What's the combat system like in Type 0? Is it like traditional turn-based? Is it tactical? Oh, it's like 15, so it's like a action RPG. Interesting. Interestingly, this axe, although it's about as slow as the spear, I'm more inclined to use it. The spear is frustrating because like there's this long wind down after your combo is done, and this one doesn't have the post-combo wind down. Speaking of combos, let me equip this guy again. I only played about 3 hours of Xenoblade Chronicles X, but it looked really cool. I like the setting. It's more hard sci-fi. Okay. Manticore dude drops aluminum, good to know. As we say here in America. I'll say aluminium. Which makes more sense, to be honest. Oh, that's cool. He's got a cool jump attack. I love those. I don't know what's so satisfying about those sorts of attacks. Like lots of brawlers let you do that. Brings flyers to the ground, I guess. Excuse me. I'll drink some water. My voice keeps cracking. What's over this way? Is this progress? I assume the part that's actually mapped is progress. Oh. Don't you dare heal him! There we go. Okay, so it's just a way to loop around. Sure. Let's see what's in this hallway over here. Definitely more excited by the design space in this game now that I know that different weapons in the same class can have different animations. Guess that's probably why this one had a different cost. The DPS looks like it's higher. Well, the damage rating is higher, but the DPS might be comparable since it swings so much more slowly. Oh, does it not do a very good job of explaining everything to you, Namaku? Hey, what a classic. They really added like a ghost holding a weapon? Maybe that's something that Hector can see, because he's like a demon forge master man. Cool, more Knight's Veins. Does that open anything else up for me to combine? The answer to that question is kind of. It better be a double sword since it requires two of them. Ah, it's actually Zweihander. Two-handed sword, okay. Oh. Yeah, that can be frustrating. Yeah. Definitely played games with obscure mechanics like that. What game were you playing? I think it was, oh wow, that's cool. That's a cool little laser attack thing. Legend of Dragoon. The item descriptions are kind of unhelpful. It'd be nice to have people in chat who know what all the weapons and items do. How close am I to evolving again, I wonder? Don't think I have a way to see, do I? Oh, I do. It goes up to 90. Okay, that's cool. That's convenient. Given the issues, Namaki, would you recommend the Type 0 game? I don't remember really following up with anyone who had beaten those, and people were playing it when it came out. Ridiculous. Yeah, well, you can still figure it out just through trial and error, but a lot of the item descriptions, like there's one that says strength plus HP 25%. You're like, what does that mean? And it means that it debuffs the enemy, or no, it does damage that's a function of a quarter of your strength, and then it heals your whole party by a percentage. But the description isn't really clear enough to make that make perfect sense. Now, what I don't know, do the different summons, they share a hearts total? They don't. That's interesting. Okay. Hey, welcome back. Probably throw in one more heal here. This is a little excessive. I could probably do the insta-heal just fine. saving a very small amount of MP parts. Oh, she didn't finish casting the heal. Have to wait until the Legion animation is running, I guess. Plan that for next time. So if that's a save point, this is almost certainly a boss door in the end there. That appears to be the case. Well, good on Curse of Darkness for interspersing the save points such that there was almost always one before a boss fight. Gives up the ghost a little bit, but then so does the giant door with the skull face on it. It's actually pretty good. Having the saves right next to bosses, yeah. I don't really remember having a salty run back to a boss fight in the Metroidvania titles. It's a lot like Lament of Innocence. I guess I'm surprised that the difference in review score. Whoa! It's Trevor Belmont. I didn't know he was going to be in this game.
Answer me! Are you the Devil Forge Master?
That's me.
I am. Then this is the hour of your death.
Cool. We were just playing as him. Oh, his whip looks really cool too. Ridiculous. Whew. This might be a fight we're not meant to win. I wonder if this game has a Trevor mode at the end. I mean, as I was saying, I'm wondering if, I don't really understand why there's such a difference in the opinion of this game and, let's try the Mace. And Lament of Innocence, because they're very similar. This game's almost better than Lament of Innocence in most ways. I think that Chaos Factor was saying people were just mad that it wasn't another Metroidvania. Simply the night. Let's see that. Yeah, I think this is meant to be an unwinnable fight. Look how little damage we're doing to this guy. Why would you tell him you're the Devil Forge Master? If someone asks you if you're a god, you say no. At least if it's this guy. He really doesn't use his whip very much, does he? He's comfortable just punching me a whole bunch. There it goes. Yeah. You say yes! If I lose to this guy and it doesn't like trigger a cutscene, I will be shocked. Like, I could probably win, but it would take like an hour with how much damage I'm doing to him. That's cool. I think he's throwing, he's using a lot of his different weapons there, right? That's the holy water he's throwing at me. That's cool. This is super flavorful. I was worried there wasn't going to be any Belmont anything in this game. Shows my, naivety. You get a little bit of this in like Symphony of the Night too, Richter. And there's some Cleric or right. I'm gonna let him finish me off before I fight too hard, just to see. Really?
Can't beat me.
Really? That's super surprising. Yeah, I really like how cool the vampire killer looks in this. Wow. Huh. I was pretty sure that that was a legit unwinnable fight. I could try using a different weapon on him. Like, they gave me this key item. Maybe he's like weak against it or something? We'll try that once, and maybe we can go run around and level up a little bit. Yeah, he's actually not terribly hard, but... Yeah, this thing's doing more damage, but it's still very small in the context of how much health he has. Hey, Ikubo! What's grooving, man? Remember, he's got 2 health bars here. This is a little bit faster. Maybe he's like weak to certain kinds of weapons. I might try the new fist weapons I made too. No extra hearts in the fight either, you know? I'm super hyped about it too. I hear you, man. Yeah, it's kind of separate health bar, exactly. I could try the Zweihander maybe. That looks cool. It's good damage, but... So he does have a ranged attack with that. Trying to use his distance. Oh, I didn't have to actually get him. Okay, thank God. So it is an unwinnable fight, but you have to get his health to a certain threshold.
And if I am?
For one that served under Dracula, you seem much too weak. It's been said that the Devil Forge
I think I was like probably 3 or 4 ticks of health away from this cutscene when I gave up last time.
As well,
That's funny.
As well? Then you're not... Wait... I recall there was another Devil Forge master. They say he betrayed Dracula and forswore his powers, but that was 3 years ago during the war. Could he have survived? It cannot be.
Believe what you like, but answer me this. Are you not Trevor Belmont, the one who defeated Lord Dracula?
That's my name, don't wear it out.
I am, though I did not fight alone.
Yeah, I had Alucard on my side. He was useless. Maybe Alucard, Grant Dynasty, and Sypha are all in this game. That'd be pretty cool.
Hector. I shall remember that name.
I wish I was that much of a badass when I was playing Castlevania 3. Instead of falling in pits over and over. Dying to the same stupid mechanics. Okay, that was cool. Which trope is that? I should go back and save and do that again. We're gonna bring back the Volova and Rocket Ball. The bat form is pretty nice for, you can skip pretty big chunks of levels, right? I guess he has to have all 3 of his bullets hit in order for his bullets to do comparable damage to Trevor's whip, right, Chaos? Yeah, that would have been a cool solution. That's much more hype than I was expecting. The description on the back of the box of this game really made it sound like it was a total side story. I didn't think that they were going to have Trevor in the game. And that opens it up now for Alucard, Grant, and Sypha to be in it. Which would be super cool, especially if they're bosses. Gotcha, yeah. I guess maybe it works if you're using it for a specific purpose. Probably use one of those to go to Julia's shops, assuming if that's not what this does. I have no idea what that is. I should mark this room using my new fancy marker thing. Can I have different colors I can use? Cycle to mark. Oh. Change color to square. Okay, cool. Remember, there's a big purple circle of magic in this room. And my cool, like... What are you doing, dude? What is your life plan over here? What? Whee! Look how much fun he's having! Hooray! Jeez, dude. I think that the fairy does the same thing. Nope, fairy doesn't want to go have a fun run. Oh, bring a battle type innocent out of this place. Great power over so. And that's why he's running around with the light. Doing donuts, right? Rock and roll or brute force. Okay, what does that do? Ability, brute force. Lifts up the ground by sheer brute force can also be used to lift heavy objects. Oh, that's a cool mechanic. So sometimes you can teach, like, you can teach HMs to your Pokemon. So that'll let us get through an area that was previously inaccessible. Neo. That's why he was so happy and running around in circles with glee. He gets to be an HM slave. No man can force this open. Fortunately, I have Eowyn in my party. She is no man. Tinder save room, maybe? Or shop room. What the hell is this? It's a cool chair? Oh, that's cool. Really? Is that how I got in here? Let's go find out. Yeah, he just learned Rock Smash, basically. That's a neat mechanic. That makes it a little bit more, cool. Have you been in there? I don't think so. It makes it a little bit more, Metroidvania, right? You're unlocking battle powers that can also be used to progress. I was over here before. Ridiculous. This is a new area. It's a cool aqueduct. This feels a bit more non-linear as well. I mean, you could pick between 5 different paths in Lament of Innocence, but it wasn't. It was really just picking which world you wanted to do first.
See you are unharmed.
Did you think me dead?
I saw him earlier. I feared that perhaps...
I came too late then. Which way did he go?
Along this path lies a forest. He went there, probably making his way to the village on the other side.
Village.
What of your mission? To purify this land and remove the curse?
Yes, the curse.
He's the batter.
In the end, it is all Isaac. He is the source of this pestilence. He... Ah, how could I forget? There is a matter I must attend to. By your leave.
Later, dude. You don't have to wait for me to tell you you can go. Do what you want. Hey, this dude again.
Oh,
Time traveler.
I was expecting someone else. You spoke with him, didn't you?
And why should I answer to you?
Perhaps you'll accept my advice then. You would do well to avoid him. Do not be drawn in by his words.
Your advice is neither solicited nor welcome. I will use any means necessary to achieve my revenge.
You've been warned. I would like to speak with you further, but I must track him down quickly. He is the one being who is beyond my recollection. Goodbye for now.
Who the hell is this dude? He's so, like, out of place. I'm really excited to see how they display him. I think he's talking about, well, either Baldi or Trevor. Music's pretty sweet. It's got like a line area on this thing that's kind of cool. Ouch. Got him. Cool, okay. Let's check what's up here. I feel like this isn't the area that I'm expected to be right now. I think I wanted to go check out one of those paths back by where we found Trevor, but I'll do that later. Next time I get to a warp area, maybe. Level up. Yeah, you hear that as well, Spiky. It's pretty punishing if you miss against these big groups of little enemies. How close is him to... How close is he? 39 and 90, he's got these two. I don't... Ooh. Okay, should use a potion when that happens next time, I suppose. Mortvia Aqueduct map. Wow, that is a big area. Presumably leads to a boss. Let me use one of my magical tickets here. So I don't know if Julia's shop actually exists in the world or if it's like a fantastical area since I've got two of them now.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Store ID. Oh. Wow. It's Persona, isn't it?
Will that be all?
You can store them, you can forge.
Will that be all? Will that be all? What can I do for you? What do you need?
Anchors. Oh good, they made these super cheap now. It's appreciated.
Will that be all? Gotcha.
Save points. Mushrooms. Yeah, right. Death Doll. Dies in your place.
Will that be all? Gotcha. Will that be all? What can I do for you? What will it be today? Changed your mind, huh?
I did change my
What
mind.
will it change
Deal
your
with
mind,
it.
huh? What will it be today? Change. Will that be all? Please come again.
Nice and double-sided. Yeah, okay. Watch this be like really close. Oh my god, it was right there. Well, I didn't have to walk back through the aqueducts, I guess. It wasn't a whole total wash. Like that there's a percentage indicator of map coverage. At least now I know, right? There's a save room right across from her. I take the warp back. I want to see what else is in the area with Trevor. If there's like a power-up or another innocent devil or something. I don't know why they call them innocent devils. It always makes me wonder when there's like a weird Japanesey, like, English acronym in a game, like Fate. If they came up with the acronym first, like we want them to have these IDs. What could that stand for? I know, innocent devil. Cool. Other way. It's like here, right? Yeah, let's take it. Then that door that we opened leads to the Aqueducts area. Hector's voice actor. Okay, I love how he's going on this really short warp trip, but he has to sit all cool. That's just the way he sits, man. He can't help it. The most comfortable way for me to sit, and I'm usually sitting this way when I'm streaming, is I like take my left leg and pull it up onto the chair and tuck it under my butt. It looks really weird, but it's comfortable as shit. So like I understand, Hector. No one should judge you for sitting like Dracula whenever you do anything. See what you've been missing with our selection of past Pokemon titles. Thank you. Let's check the other real quick. Blade stands for... Oh, this guy looks like a rare goblin. It's a treasure goblin. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Don't let him run away. Whew. He didn't actually drop anything. Next time. That's exciting. Beyond the Logos, Artificial Destiny Emancipator. Oh my god. Get over yourselves, Monolith. Jeez. I'll keep these on for a bit. Pretty good for stun locking in. He steals your potions? So he's not a treasure goblin, he's a thief. That's messed up. I still haven't gotten the steal mechanic to work. I don't really understand it. If anyone's played this game before and has done the steal mechanic a whole bunch and has some tips on how to make it work, let me know. It's pretty good since that like auto targets them. Screw me. Glad I came back. Sun tears, the innocence of the shining sun capturing amber, shine brightly for eternity. Let me craft something, maybe? That's the ancient memory and the wild memory. Right, I did want to do that. Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, that's cool. You can jump to something else that you want to craft in there. I think I want to do the body piece, right? What other helmets are there? Well, maybe not. Do you really think that it's like... It's not that kind of rare. You must be able to find it somewhere else, right? Alright, I'll do the armor. Hide armor. Oh, but it gives a constitution bonus. It's like, that's actually worse than my current armor. What does con do, I wonder? It's like hit points or something? Not because of its warmth. Huh. Okay. Not gonna question it. Or because, like, the actual defense. So that one would require another one of those guys. Also, you think so, Mega Man? No, I think that was just a coincidence. Okay, still another path I can go check out. Shootiest treasure goblin ever. Maybe they give a bunch of experience or something. Ridiculous. I do like that monster trope. It's weak, it runs away from you. Maybe drops good stuff, or steals from you. Works too, I guess. Gotcha. Nothing to show for it. Let's get the mace back on. I wonder if the heavy stuff we have to lift is always going to be a door, or there's going to be other things that can be... Oh, this guy's cool looking. Oh man, get hype! I didn't realize we were that close. Wait, oh, it produced a devil shard? Innocent devils will occasionally create a devil shard. Take this devil shard to the shop, and through the process of devil forging, a new innocent devil can be created. So it's laying an egg. Alright, so it's less Persona when they say forging. I thought they meant fusing. It's more actual Pokemon. They, drop a little deuce and you get a new Pokemon. It's pretty cool. Look at all these demons. That works. Yeah, I got you, Chaos. Good looking out. Some catacombs to go fight. Come on. Do you remember how the steel mechanic works in this game, Chaos Factor? Hey, Raker. It's Groovin'. It's also less worrisome now that there's I got a power-up that lets me see the evolution chart, Chaos. When I had no idea what they could possibly evolve into, I was worried that, like, you could waste XP on them by using the wrong weapon. But it looks like they always have a different path they can take. Hey, Raker, you're all, I think you got back to me, but you should be all set now with Game Sub 05. Let me know if you have any issues with it. That's for Psychonauts is now on the voting spreadsheet. Very precise timing. What am I pressing? What am I looking for? I don't think I've even seen the tell for when I'm able to steal. They're like supposed to turn purple or something, right? Psychonauts would be a blind playthrough for me. I've never actually played it before. But I've heard really good things, and I'm a huge fan of Tim Schafer. That one's probably going to get the vote cost bonus for being a shorter game too. Ouch. We were talking earlier about the... Oh god, don't... Fucking healers, man. We were talking earlier about how, like, this game doesn't seem to deserve its low Metacritic score, and neither did Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2. I'm curious, what's the current Metacritic score for the Dragon Quest VII 3DS remake? Because I wonder if people are, like, nasty about that game just because it's super long, and, like, you know, it's very traditionalist. That's a giant floating testicle. What's your deal, testicle man? Oh, it's ectoplasm. Okay, that's been in this series for a while. Yeah, a lot more enemy variety in this game, I feel like, compared to Lament of Innocence as well. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Hey, Goliath, what's grooving? Tim Schafer at his best. Cool. Looking forward to it. Uh-oh. I don't like being cursed, it's not cool. It's basically the opposite of rad. Maybe don't let those guys touch us next time. Just want aluminum. Interesting. It's still better though, that's like I think Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 was like 74 or something. It shouldn't have been that low. This is a super good, very polished game. Let me switch to my man Patches. His high-rise jeans, green wig, and like cardigan. Seriously, least threatening looking devil companion ever. Oh, interesting. It looks like you can't apply an instant heal to me while the timed heal is running. These guys are nasty. It's hard to get in their reach. Hit hard too. Conserve some MP here. It's one of the hardest like regular enemy rooms you've encountered so far because of all the shenanigans going on. Get my buddy back. Don't think I've ever seen what happens when I try this here. Like, I don't even know what button to press or how to do it at all. Yes. I would love to. You can check the tip again and see if there's more details. I like that you can do that tech ability when you get knocked back. Recover better. Like to target them, like the triangle? Okay. Yeah, I've been having trouble doing targeting. Hold on. It's possible to steal. When the lock-on cursor on an enemy turns purple, press the final attack button to try to steal an item. The time the item is stolen. Okay, well, having a lock-on cursor at all, I don't think I've used that for the whole game, so I can figure out how that works. Hey, Sixth Sense Brooch. Sensing the will to kill in the instant of an enemy attack, an exclamation mark appear above the wearer's head. Oh, so that's like a spidey sense, so you know when to dodge? That's kind of cool. I'm gonna equip that now. Rise of the Guardians. No, what kind of movie is it? Bad, apparently. Maybe it's like pushing in one of the sticks that makes you lock on, I'm not sure. We'll try next time we get to an enemy. It's not sticks. It's not the L2 and wait, R2. Oh, I must have done that against a boss earlier. I remember seeing that forever ago. Okay, well that's cool. Let me read that one more time then. Steal. When the lock-on cursor turns purple, press the final attack button to try to steal an item. It was like Dark Souls where I played, I don't know, halfway through the game before I started locking on to things. It saved me in the Manus fight, but lock-on ended up being super necessary in Dark Souls 2, especially in Bloodborne, where Bloodborne really wants you to circle strafe everything. There, okay, I think I saw it there. Skeleton should be easier to steal. Okay. Let's see, but I gotta be standing near enough to. So like a counterattack, I guess? Come on. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's not so bad either. Oh, that's actually not bad. Okay. Can do that. Should have been doing that earlier. I'm wondering if hopefully bosses don't let you steal. There's not like unique stuff you can get from them. Yeah, right. Cool. Okay, so I could just like stock up on memorial tickets. That's pretty cool, and I could, you know, warp back to save points all the time instead of having to be stressed about it. That's nice. No, thank you for telling me bosses have missable stuff. It's something I just want to know. Do you know, did I miss anything important from the first couple bosses that I fought? I fought the dragon, I fought Richter, who probably had something cool. He probably had an opportunity to steal. You can steal from these guys, that would be cool. Thank you. I don't think we can actually steal from him. Sorry, not Richter, Trevor. Victor's a different Belmont. We fought the clunky, crazy armor. I think it was called the Wyvern and the and Trevor Belmont are the three bosses we fought so far. Use some more hearts. So we can get some more heals in the club. Do I zoom out? Can I zoom out? Long search is over. Probably on a different floor, right? No, it's not. Maybe there's other secret items I haven't uncovered. Okay, thanks, Chaos. I'll start trying to do it. Second question, are there bosses that don't have anything that you can steal? So I don't want to like spend a ton of time circle strafing them to see what they do and don't. Whether or not they have a steal, if they just don't have anything at all, you know? It's a cool mechanic. I like being able to steal from bosses. I'm surprised they didn't, like, gate locking on. Probably close to 30. Castlevania 1 was like 87, 88 or something. So it's got to be approaching it. It's at least 20. Probably 25. Likely nearly 30. I think 86 is a little too early. It's around the time the NES came out, right? Alright, let's go explore these aqueducts further. We've tapped out that other area. We got something. Oh yeah, I totally believe you. On board. Oh, you know, it might be Akumajo Castle Dracula. Actually, I think that the original Castlevania game was an arcade title, wasn't it? Or it was like MSX or something. It wasn't for the NES. It's often recommended that you play the NES version, but I think you're right. Okay. Make a sword. Don't do the special thing yet. See if we find more sun tears later. Bamboo sword. Alright, this is a room where we really want rock and roll on our side, right? He hits up the truck, and he hits everybody. We're also pretty good on AI. Ridiculous is not what he's actually saying. We're gonna go with Sahuagin is the correct pronunciation of the fish dudes. Does every boss have something that can be stolen? I guess different question. Like, is it worth me circle straightening them for a while to wait to see if they have something? Down this way? Cool. I'm struggling. Every time he says it, I'm trying to figure out what the voice line actually is. I don't think he's saying ridiculous. He's not saying like benediction or something. Maybe he's saying something in Japanese? I like that Spidey Sense accessory, that's cool. Every single enemy in the game, including bosses, can be stolen from. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Perfect. Does that show up on the bestiary, the steel table? It does. Oh man, dude. This is totally the sort of game that if I had played it when I was younger, I would have 100%ed it. I would have crafted every item, and I would have stolen everything from everyone in the bestiary. Is Trevor in here? Bosses show up in here? No, we just regular enemies. Yeah, I would try to complete that thing. No! Oh, I see. When they spin, that's when you can steal. Or, you know, you can just wreck them all, that's cool too. I get a chance to steal one later. Hi, Ben. Oh, how do you get that? Because it's, doesn't the PSN save to the same memory card, or does it not? I might be able to check for that later. I thought PSN games still saved your virtual, like, PS1 and PS2 memory cards. Get there. You're welcome, and this continues to be true, but just some people don't know about it. You're welcome to continue checking your sphere points and voting directly in chat. It's helpful when new people to come in for them to see that, actually, like, oh cool, there's some kind of voting system in here, there's some kind of current system in here. But you can also whisper them to Peek or send them via DM and Discord. Almost all of the commands can be whispered. I think it's just sound effects that can't be, and votes will still report to chat, so I have a couple ways to log it so people can see who's voting for what. Now that I do logging, I might still end up turning off the public chat announcement. Come on, man. Oh no! Oh, did he level up, or did he die? He leveled up. Cool. He's rattle balls now. Oh, he's so much cooler looking now. That's awesome. He's alone. Dark Souls 2. Cool, later Chaos Factor, thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Thanks for your help. Please. I'm pretty down with Demon Samurai, man. He looks pretty cool. He hits like a truck. I like that you're basically playing as a summoner. When I read about this game and it said you played as a Demon Forge Master, I thought someone who forges like weapons and armor. And I'm like, you are a summoner. That's cool. How that works. Maybe there's one over here somewhere that I can just get them through. Looking out, dude. Oh, dude, that was super rude. You can see like a badass on this thing. So, Castlevania FPS. Oops. Yeah, Punisher's like an anti-hero. He's a vigilante that murders bad guys. Like a veteran whose family was killed by criminals. Really, you can take a cannonball to the face? Impressive. Most impressive. Cool. Okay. So they do this in the Metroidvania games too. Fried potato, great eaten just after frying. It has a little Halloween pumpkin on the front. So there's a couple anachronistic things. Joke drops. Go way back down. You just jumped straight down there. Yeah, right. The weird guy in the anachronistic top hat and like carnival suit who keeps teleporting in. If that didn't do it for you. Nice, that's like doubling our current amount of money because I haven't been stealing very much. But we also have milk. 3 milks. Great for breakfast. Even has a UPC symbol on it. Or watch season 2 of Daredevil. And wave. Sends an energy wave forward across the ground. Aura Blast is still his strongest move. Oh, that's pretty cool. Be good for boss fights from a distance or something. That seems likely. They're actually Belgian. They're a staple. Now they're considered American. I really want to get that chest. I have no idea how to get over there. And let's get like a triple jump later. Let me mark that. Unless if it's accessible through another room, maybe. It's also possible. Since it's marked differently, you know? Let's do... This means chest. Orange chest. Oh, do you guys call them? I guess you just call them chips, right? Outside of America? I thought that was going to require my buddy to pick that door up, but I guess not. Let me summon him back out again. A lot more varied music in this game, too. I wonder how much bigger the Sounders of Darkness versus Lament of Innocence. I'm going to kill this guy before he heals these dudes. Heal, it's nice. It actually does damage. It's good to know. That was fun when Andrea was driving and we visited Australia for her work conference. She kept turning on the windshield wipers instead of the turn signal. Fried potatoes. Oh, interesting. In the UK, I think they say chips. Dude is just wrecking face over there. Jeez. I'm the sidekick of Demon Katana, a lawn boss, man. Think he can power up any further? No, he's at his final form. Equipped with ominous blades called Murasame. So if he's at his final form, and the reason I might try to level him up more to learn his last power-up. I'm tempted to switch over to the Pixie though, just so she gets some XP. Yeah. Oh, what are the audio issues? I'm getting a usage error. That shouldn't affect the audio. What kind of problems are you looking at? Hey Kevin, how's it going? Is it all the audio? Is it just my... or is it the game audio as well? Okay. I think that's from recording. Hey Jomar, how's it going? Recording is such a large file. I haven't had that result in mic issues in the past though, so with the VOD, even if I'm playing on a capture card in the future. We only got 7 minutes left, so hopefully we can make it to the end here. Sorry for the audio issues, guys. I'll have a fix for it next stream. Like upgrade my CPU, but I think it's the best CPU I can have for my current motherboards. I'd have to do a pretty significant rebuild. Maybe I'll start saving up Patreon money. But yeah, the music in this game is really good, Germain. He's a robot streamer. Oh, let's might have a temporary solution. You guys are going to hear some background noise, but in theory, maybe you won't hear the robot voice or the audio stuttering anymore. If you still hear stuttering, let me on. I'll turn the background noise back off. Still bad? Alright, I think I might just wrap up this stream then. We only got like 5 minutes left, but let's see if I can get to a save point here. No, it's a CPU issue today, actually. I can see the little error in OBS. I know exactly what the problem is. We'll get around it next time. Cool. Did not say save point? I thought that's where it was going to take me. Hold on. Oh, okay, I guess it is actually behind. So I'm gonna take, yeah, I'm seeing the video cut now too. I'm gonna take Hector over to his save point and we'll sign off a little bit early today. We got up for the rest of the week here. Just gonna cut the VOD.